I went camping not too long ago and it was really interesting. It was a group of us guys and we went on a road trip and we pulled up to the supermarket that were near our campsite and we did our grocery shop for the week. And I wasn't in charge of the oil and I just kind of assumed that people would naturally gravitate towards a coconut oil or an extra virgin olive oil or an avocado oil or something like that. We get to the register and the guy that was responsible for the oil and the barbecuing had a massive bottle of canola oil. And I saw that and the register lady was about to scan it through and I was like, whoa, what are we doing? And he's like, what, man? And I go, what do you mean, what? Do you know what this is? He goes, nah, that's just cheap oil. We use it all the time at home. And I was just like, dude. So you might be aware how trans fatty acids are bad, but when it comes to the cost or when it comes to the convenience of just getting an oil for the sake of the oil, usually I was blown away with how many people actually go for a canola oil or a vegetable oil, which is AKA a trans fatty acid. Now, if you speak to the older generation, they've probably been brought up that, hey, saturated fat is bad and saturated fat brings on heart disease, but because our studies or the information that we've been taught has literally been manipulated with the help of one phony scientist. And I say phony because he's been proven wrong since then. And in 1958, this scientist that I'm talking about, his name is Ancel Keys, and he started this study called the 7 Countries Study, which examined the association between diet and cardiovascular disease in different countries. And you know, what this study actually revealed is the countries where fat consumption was the highest, these countries had most heart disease or had the highest conditions or the highest rate of heart disease, which supported the idea and that the identity that fat causes heart disease. Now, this is crazy because here's what Ancel Keys did. This guy was so egotistical, he had to be right and he fought for that. So guess what he did? He manipulated the studies to prove that his hypothesis was correct, when in fact, he actually intentionally left out some crucial information. Now, countries where people ate a lot of fat but had very little heart disease, countries such as Holland and Norway, and he left these out. And countries where fat consumption was low but the rate of heart disease was high, countries such as Chile, he also left that out. So he could basically just draw a straight line with the correlation that if you eat dietary saturated fat, you have an increased risk of having heart disease. Now, heart disease is still the #1 killer today, and this is totally preventable. And it's sad because it could be coming from really poor, misleading information that was delivered back in the late 50s, early 60s.